Hi, I'm Ashley Marable. I am the Vice President of Sales for the RTL Ad Alliance in New York. We are a Bertelsmann company and Europe's largest media company, representing the #1 or #2 broadcaster in every country in Europe, as well as a robust YouTube footprint in the United States due to our ownership of Fremantle and BMG Music. But today I'm here to interview Stephanie Fink. She is the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Partnerships at Hudson Yards here in New York City. So Stephanie, nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Why don't you start by telling us, Hudson Yards is obviously it's become a landmark in the city, but for those maybe not that familiar with the city, tell me about the evolution of Hudson Yards.
Sure, absolutely. Hudson Yards is a 28-acre project on the west side of Manhattan in Midtown. It is a mixed-use project that is comprised of outdoor space, office, retail, residential, experiences, combined all together to create an incredible neighborhood that we like to think about as tilting Manhattan west.
Indeed. I live in Manhattan, so I can tell you it has profoundly tilted the city to the west. Why don't you tell me about the evolution of Hudson Yards? Because how long has Hudson Yards been around?
We are actually celebrating our 5-year anniversary this year.
Congratulations.
We opened on March 15th, 2019. We were open, in fact, a year to the day that the world shut down.
Oh, wow.
So think about opening this 28-acre project comprised of shopping and dining and residents and office workers, and you're open a year. You spent a significant amount of time leading up to this monumental launch. It's the last parcel of land in New York City that had yet to be developed. The related companies and the Oxford companies won the bid finally to develop it. And then a year after, to the day that we opened our doors, we closed.
Wow.
So it was trying and hard and a lot of work and dedication to think about how we reinvent our marketing plans and our advertising plans and our demographic, our key constituents, and how we work with them to ultimately reopen whenever that may have been back at that point in time, and literally working at the start or at the onset all over again a year after we opened our doors.
That's really unlucky. And Hudson Yards, historically was it was a train yard. Yeah.
It still is.
Still is.
It still is. We built a platform over what is right now the Eastern Rail Yards in order to build our neighborhood. As I mentioned earlier, it was the last vacant parcel of land in New York City, and we were able to create this monumental opportunity to be a connector, be a neighborhood that is meant to be a backyard for New Yorkers.
Great. Right, and it really is. Yeah, you mentioned the retail opportunities and the outdoor space, as well as the residential opportunities and the amazing restaurants. But talk about the edge, because that's got a lot of people excited in this.
The edge. So the edge is one of our most thrilling experiences at Hudson Yards. It's 1,100 feet up in the air. It is the tallest outdoor observation deck in the Western Hemisphere. It is technology advanced. It talks about all the sustainable opportunities that were created and architectural feats that were created in order to cantilever the point off of the side of the building. There is a glass bottom piece within the cantilevered peak in which people can walk on and look 1,100 feet below, or look out miles and miles and miles, whether it be north, south, east, or west, to really experience New York City looking down, right? Like they say when you're a New Yorker, you never really look up anymore. right? But New Yorkers and tourists alike, when visiting Hudson Yards, look out and beyond for all that is possible in which Hudson Yards has to provide, whether it be tourists, whether it be locals, whether it be visitors. And it's just this incredible opportunity experience at sunrise, at sunset, during the day and the evening time, where you can have all these different experiences that mean different things to different people.
Oh, that's great. It's a little scary too.
It is scary. And there's an additional thrill experience. I've never done it myself, but it's called Climb, where you actually ascend another couple hundred feet up the outside of the building, and you're strapped in, and I'm sure you've seen it on the Today Show. I'm sure you've seen it on Good Morning America. The amount of earned media impressions around Climb is incredible, and you ultimately hook yourself in, and you basically pull off of the side of Edge for this thrilling additional experience. So if there's any thrill seekers out there, that's what you need to do when you come to New York next time.
Not me, but good luck to them. Okay, the thing that I do really enjoy about Hudson Yards on a regular basis is the food scene. And in particular, I'm a huge fan of Spanish food and wine. Tell us about Little Spain.
Well, we were lucky enough to partner with Jose Andres and Think Food Group to create this incredible Spanish dining experience that has kiosks and stalls that almost rival the Barcelona food markets and the mercados. And you can experience everything from a perron, which is this amazing, cool, interactive experience where you're basically perroning and pouring this fabulous drink, and to patatas bravas, which are the best that you will find in New York City outside of Spain. So it's multiple food engagements and activities and experiences in one place and space that's comprised of all these kiosks and stalls, fabulous sangria, and then also restaurants within the scene as well. And they have great partnerships with football clubs to show soccer games and whatnot, and really bring in and really enrich and infuse the Spanish culture into the dining scene at Hudson Yards.
Wow, that's fantastic. Lastly, I know Hudson Yards has worked very hard to connect with other neighborhoods in the city. And as you said, you've moved the city west. But how are you collaborating with other parts of the city?
Yeah, great question. So we really think of Hudson Yards as a connector. We are a connecting neighborhood. There was no bridge between Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen on the west side. There was no bridge between the Javits Center and Madison Square Garden. There was no bridge to be able to have people live and dine and shop and experience culture or the outdoors.
For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, sorry to interrupt, but real quick, she's talking about the west side of Manhattan that is just west of Times Square, Grand Central, Penn Station, all that stuff on the west where you've never been before, but you will be now because Hudson Yards has made it a vibrant part of the city.
So more specifically, Hudson Yards spans between 30th and 34th Streets and 10th and 12th Avenues. So when you think of what was there, it literally was nothing. Still to this day, we have yet to develop the Western Rail Yards, which we will soon, but we are essentially built over train tracks. And so when we think about connecting neighborhoods, there was nothing there. So we built a neighborhood to connect into. And so we connect directly into the High Line, which can lead you all the way down to meatpacking industry. We connect to the Jacob Javits Center, which historically was out in no man's land, but is now connected to a neighborhood. So when the millions of people who visit Jacob Javits Center every year now have the opportunity to dine and have great meetings off-site, but also be able to run into the shops to grab that dress for the night out as a quick turnover between your being inside Javits all day and going day to night, right? We also have the opportunity to be close enough to the water to be able to utilize the entire sprawling, gorgeous new Hudson River Park that was built. And connecting the entire West Side in that regard as well. It's also an opportunity for those who are going to Madison Square Garden to either see a concert or a game to come and dine first or hit the bars after. We talked a little bit about the dining scene and Jose Andres and the great opportunity with Mercado Little Spain. But in addition to that, we have created an incredible fast serve grab and go for our office and residential population. We have restaurants galore, everything from the new Bond Street, Uptown as we call it, to Milos, to Peak, which is the dining restaurant that's connected to Edge, the experience we spoke about earlier.
You got Danny Meyer there too.
And Danny Meyer is in Shed, which is kind of that amazing cultural component to Hudson Yards. And in addition to that, we of course got in with the Carbone Group on the exciting private dining scene with ZZ's Club, and really creating an opportunity for fabulous dining experiences all throughout and around Hudson Yards. And in addition to that, I think, as we talk about tilting Manhattan West, I think we're really proud about the halo effect that we've created in that entire neighborhood. There's been a significant amount of development around Hudson Yards. Our office population is incredible and booming, and we're really proud about the office opportunity that we've created and that we've built and that we've sold. And in addition, I think, living at Hudson Yards and being a resident of Hudson Yards provides such an incredible all-day experience that you don't necessarily need to leave your neighborhood to be able to find great restaurants, fantastic shopping, whether it be fast fashion or luxury, in addition to culture and commerce, and really the opportunity to take advantage of the great space outdoors that New York City has to offer with our gorgeous, 5-acre plaza that we populate all year round.
So, Stephanie, you say that you coordinate activities all year round in Hudson Yards. What does that mean?
Great question. So, in our 5-acre outdoor space, we have this gorgeous plaza that is utilized as an opportunity for programming that we create for all of our demographics, whether they be tourists, whether they be office workers, whether they be residents, and takes place all year round. So we have a program called Backyard at Hudson Yards, and it is everything from live entertainment to this massive 30-foot big screen that's on our plaza that we utilize for sports watch parties. In addition to family fun activities, we do a free summer outdoor concert series. All of our programmings and events are free that take place out there, and it really gives us an opportunity to leverage partnerships and sponsorships and stay relevant with what's happening and taking place in the digital, as well as the activation landscape, partnership landscape, to be able to populate all these incredible and amazing programs, events, experiences for all types of demographics, as I mentioned earlier. I think the best part about it is that it's free, and it really allows an opportunity to spend a day at Hudson Yards.
I think that'll do it for us. So thank you, Stephanie.